Folks, today I'm trying something new with this video essay on hara-hachi-bu, an ancient Japanese principle that helps Okinawan centenarians, for those of you who don't know, that's 100 years and older, stay lean, healthy, without any real willpower involved. So I'm going to show you how to implement this strategy during your off season to diet more flexibly and to not overeat. So first of all, what exactly is hara-hachi-bu? Now, it's a phrase that comes from Confucian teaching, essentially. It means eat until you're 8/10 full and you avoid the doctor, which is a great trade-off. In practice, here's how it looks in Okinawa. Now, some people say the phrase before eating, like a ritual reminder, slow down, eat with purpose, don't overdo it, and that works. Okinawans have some of the longest lifespans in the world. People live to 100 or more at roughly 2 to 5 times the rate of the United States. And hara-hachi-bu is one of the biggest reasons why, in part because it leverages social, cultural, and environmental psychology. So, within the social layer, in Okinawa, nobody is going to be shoveling in food while scrolling TikTok. Meals happen at the table, face to face. Stories, jokes, a little gossip, that's going to stretch the eating window just long enough for satiety hormones to show up. Sort of like your rest between sets. Honestly, eating meals without your phone with other people might be enough, but I digress. So, right before the first bite, someone says hara-hachi-bu. This could also be an internal cue just to yourself. The phrase is sort of going to prime the table. We're here to nourish, not to hit an eating PR. Plus, you have chopsticks, small bowls, shared platters. That's going to add some friction and slow down your eating tempo without feeling completely restricted. So, if you were to look at an Okinawan plate, you'd find high volume, low calorie things. You'd find things like bitter melon, purple sweet potato, seaweed soup. Pair those things with smaller dishes, and 80% fullness feels like 100. Willpower barely even comes in. Some of those foods won't be realistic for you, but make sure to have your broccoli, salad, and maybe some kimchi if you're feeling adventurous will be important. Halfway through the meal, force drop for a quick gut check. Am I satisfied enough? If yes, game over. Look, you got to think about it this way. That sort of micro pause, repeated thousands of times, is going to wire your brain exactly like stopping 2 reps shy of failure, or like an RPE of 8, which I think might be a better metaphor. So, just like in the gym, you will eventually be able to predict or gauge the intensity of a meal, just like RPE. Put it all together, social pacing, cultural ritual, smart food environment, and tiny mindfulness checkpoints. These things combined create a culture, not just an individual, of healthy people. So how do we lift this out of Okinawa and drop it straight into your off-season? Here are my 3 main takeaways from the centenarians that I think you should employ immediately. So, number 1, develop a phrase or steal hara-hachi-bu. Having a verbal reminder for the purpose of a meal is a good psychological habit to bring intention to eating and move away from mindlessness. Now, number 2, build in a satiety pause halfway through your meal. So having a 2-minute break, long enough for your gut to let you know if it's full or not, is going to be a good idea. Remember, if you're following hara-hachi-bu, you're shooting for a meal RPE of 8 because we're trying to develop this mental muscle, just like RIR or RPE in the gym. Number 3, open every meal with protein and veggies. That combo is going to stretch the stomach wall, it's going to flip on fullness signals, and it's going to make sure you aren't shortchanging your protein. Now, you might lose a few carbs and fats, but the point is getting in contact with how your body feels, not hitting very specific numbers. Also, try and eat around other people without your phones if you can. Folks, this is simple, repeatable, and it scales pretty easily if you find you're losing weight or gaining. If you're losing at your meal RPE 8, then maybe crank that to an RPE 9 for a week and see what happens. Do little experiments. Now, try this the next time you're not in a deficit, or you're on vacation, or you're having a meal with friends. Rate how hungry you are on an RPE scale before, during your 2-minute break, and after. Eat to about 80% fullness and see what changes in your body composition. If that was helpful, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.